Sorry about that. Okay, we're good. All right, guys. Hello. How are you? Now y'all can all hear me. I had the stream muted. My bad. Um, I'm not a professional streamer. It's not. I don't really know all the technicals. Oh, still no audio. Do we still not have audio coming through? All right. One second. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Only in the left ear. Okay. Only in the left ear. I'm going to go ahead and use my headset. It's going to be a little bit worse audio. Oh, sounds fine now? Okay, cool. Let me turn it up. Sorry. Let's check this. How is that? Is that much better? Only on one left ear. Let me switch to my headset. It's probably because of my interface, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me switch this to my headphones. These headphones are awful, by the way, so hopefully they work. Testing 1 2. Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me all right? I see audio. Still left? That's wild. Okay. All right, y'all can hear me. We'll just move on. So yeah, my name is Seth. I am the creator of Asteria. I want to talk about this GWIP stuff. So first of all, I think no one was surprised that GW did this. No one is shocked that GW did what they did. It's their IP. They ultimately can. Thank you for letting it slide. It's their IP. They get to do what they want with it. Am I disheartened that however long of time I've worked on this, we spend a lot of time working on it and filming it, and people have taken weekends to. Yeah, you're probably right. There is a text delay. Sorry about that. So, I'm not shocked. Ultimately, the answer I can give y'all for as far as like Asteria goes is that we are going to keep working. I've been talking to some people, within the community, people who are working on fan films, other content creators. I think everybody expected this, but we hoped that GW would allow people to be creative and expand their IP and do the thing that for me, yes, ultimately yes, Asteria will be released. Sorry, there's probably a delay. I'm reading chat. Um, you know, um, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. We're gonna go ahead and release episodes 1 and 2. We're still working on them. We have tons of stuff to go through. As far as filming days, content, we have some props that broke because there's just been a lot of stuff going on. And we'll get into some of this later. But ultimately, um, Asteria is going to go ahead and release episodes 1 and 2. Uh, but you know, we'll see what happens. We're basically just at a waiting game to see what GW does. Like, what are they going to do? That being said, I am going to be shutting down the Patreon, um, and it's just going to have to be, from my pocket. Which about half of it was anyways, because it's not cheap to do live action. Live action is something completely of its own beast. It's not an animation where I can just sit and do that on a computer, which I'm not knocking animation. Animation is a crazy skill. Like, it's just a crazy skill. Um, People who do those kinds of things spend so many hours, um, you know, uh, editing and revising and just learning their craft. Um, just with live action, there's just a difference. There's just a different vibe about it. You have to plan location sets, get all the props ready to go, and everything like that. So, ultimately, just so we don't run into any problems, I'm just going to shut down the Patreon and leave it at that. Um, I would love to. Yes, there is a way. I'm working on a way, and basically I'm going to create um, a my production company that I do stuff for is Havran.Digital, and I'll type it in the chat. Um, and let's see. I don't have a Facebook page. I really haven't done much with it. It's just an LLC I made so that I could whatever I could I mean, I could do live streams. I don't know. I mean, I could edit my live streams. At this point, guys, like, look, I'm an open door right now. I don't do these live streams often. I don't know how you're supposed to act on them or how you're supposed to behave on them. I can drop money in an empty page. Um, and yeah, and JJ Sheridan, yes, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be setting up a Havran.Digital Patreon, and I do other film projects. I freelance to make a living. Um, you know, so if you want to support it that way, you can. I saw earlier in the comments. I'm not sure um, who said it earlier, um, but they asked, could I go to GW and ask them to do this IP? I did that 3 years ago. I did that 3 years ago. I went to GW. I emailed whoever I needed to email. They had somebody on their website. I emailed them and say, hey, I want to make this fan film. Can I do it? Never got a response. Um, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, so I'm gonna be what I'll probably do. Hey, Legio's in here. Legio Symphonica. Uh, if you want to talk about somebody who's a pillar of the community, Legio Symphonica has his hands in every single, um, almost every single fan project, and I mean he's just outstanding. Go subscribe to Legio right now, please, because that guy has his hand in every single fan project, and he just awesome. Um, it's part of the reason why Asteria sounds as good as it does. um, but yeah, I might do some live streams with super chats. I don't know how much that would actually an OnlyFans for Asteria. I like that. I like that. Um, yeah, Voin, that's Anyways, moving on. Um, I might see if I can do the super chat thing. I don't really know. Yeah, I definitely will be careful, Algorithm. I don't want to be an example of someone who gets a cease and desist and, um, ruined. Yes, Truck Warrior, I will probably try that again, just for the sake of, you know. So basically, that's what I want to talk to. I just wanted to go over, like, where is Asteria at? What are we doing? Right now, the plan is we're going to move forward. We're going to keep editing. We're going to keep filming. And if we get a cease and desist, that's what it is. We stop, we be respectful, and move on. Um, None of these videos were monetized to begin with. The only thing we did was Patreon. And so any funding we got was through Patreon, and I wouldn't even call it funding. It was just like more like cushioning to help me with the costs. But like I said, I am going to be setting up a Patreon for Havran.Digital. Um, so, anyways, uh, just let's read some questions in the chat real quick. So go ahead if you have any questions about Asteria, what's happening with the GW IP infringement. I'll go ahead and answer some of those questions. Try contact Locke makes sense to try contacting them again. In my opinion, might be worth citing the example of Star Wars fan films getting special dispensation from Lucasfilms. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'll reach out to them again, see what they say. Um, that'd be cool if we did get picked up. I would love for it to remain a community um, project. You know, that's why I started it. I mean, the people who have been working on this are just 40K fans. I mean, we're just people who like 40K. Imperial Guard was my first army I ever played back when I was 12. Um, I'm 31 now. um, but now I play Adeptus Mechanicus and Tempestus Scions and stuff like that. But I mean, part of what I love about 40K is that you can just do so much with your own headcanon. Um, I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about anything as long as you do not monetize the series. Yeah, we're not monetizing the series, and we never did. And episode 1 release date. That I cannot answer mainly because we still are filming pieces. We've filmed probably at least 6 or 7 days. And this is me trying to get like 10 to 20 people all together on the same day. And that is just, very difficult to do. Um, so yeah, I can't give you an answer, but it's soon. It's coming soon. We have a lot of different stuff that we have filmed and gotten together. Um, by Loki's son, I'm not sure. Loxon, get some rest, buddy. Um, let's see. In terms of Asteria, do you plan to just have Chaos Cultist, or are you going to try and spice some of the bad guys? So, uh, what I would say is they're not cultists. They are PDF of Asteria. They are the peasantry PDF of Asteria that the nobility class basically just uses as a meat shield. More like the guardsmen, but like way more shitty. They're just like given T-shirts and rags and said okay, and a gun, and they're like okay, we're your lord, go in that direction and fight. Um, I didn't want to do Chaos Cultists. I wanted it to be because I think like, in the 40K universe, like one thing that's not touched up about is the worlds that try to break away from the Imperium or like declare independence. Or I'm assuming that not all worlds are 100% compliant, and I think there's quite a bit of lore to back that up as well. Um, so that's kind of where we went with it. We do have a Discord for Asteria. Let me get it up for you. Um, I'm gonna post the Discord in the chat real quick, and y'all can. No limit expires never. Generate new link. Copy. Okay, so there's the Discord link. Truck Warrior, yeah, I see. I maybe. I mean, there's no telling. I don't see us as competition at all. I think we're just some people who love making film and doing 40K. And that's all this has been about. And that's part of the reason why I'm so bad about, posting these updates and doing these things is like I'm not good at the whole social media, YouTuber thing. Um, so, you know, maybe I should start doing these live streams more often. That might be, and doing super chats because really, honestly, it's just a conversation between me and you. You the viewer, me the creator. Um, so super chat, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Can we add GW as the bad guys in Asteria? Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say no, but we won't rule anything out. Yes, Voin, the good old PDF. They're so good at doing their things. The Imperial Guard, other sledgehammer. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's weird seeing that. Okay. Who will be the villains in this series, or will be a gray area? I think I answered that just a second ago. It's the Asterian PDF are the bad guys, and we got some other surprises in the series as well. I don't want to give away too much. Um, but yeah, what I want to talk about right now is what so if there's no more questions, I want to talk about what we have here. What have we been working on? You know, this guy he's not working fast enough. Um, so I don't even know if I can make super chats. I don't know how that works. We'll do that later. That's not a big deal right now. Um, Go ahead and let me know in the chat if I came on to do some editing on a live stream, would it be something I would watch just to chill out um, and just watch me edit this series? Let me know in the comments or in the live stream chat what y'all think. Um, but anyways, so what we have here is just one of the shots, and this is actually a shot from episode 2, and it's still I want to say, it's a work in progress. So just take everything you see here with a grain of salt. I still have rotoing to do. I still have, you know, masking to do, effects to do, see what works and what doesn't, stuff like that. And the first trailer we did, we had one costume, so it was really difficult to make something look good. Uh, but now and thanks to Bulldog Props, make sure you go like Bulldog Props on Facebook. And there's another guy who started working with us named Dirk. Excuse me. Sorry about that. There's another guy who's working with us named Dirk. He they're working on repairing some of our props that we have broken. So right now we're kind of in a standstill, waiting to get these props fixed so we can keep working because the chess pieces. No, this is not based on a lore event. This is something we just made up. We're just making it up. Or at least I'm hoping it's made up. um, so basically, one of the straps broke here, and like the pauldron's ripped, and so like two of the costumes are unusable. We have 5 guardsman costumes total, and 5 Asterian costumes. So everything you see is just us putting multiple people in these shots, trying to make it work and look bigger than it is. Yeah, and Patricio Tor, that's exactly what we're trying to do. And it's a little bit more difficult than one would think. Um, it's, uh, you know, we are definitely trying. We're trying to make it work, however we can. This is a community project, and I'm not 100% a professional. I'm not going to pretend like I am. I like filmmaking, I like editing, I like doing VFX, and I definitely love 40K. I think to me, it's one of the best IPs and lores, most expansive lores that could exist. So, and I think there's just so much storytelling potential, and I just wanted to do something that was fun. Um, so to me, that's why I'm doing it. But yeah, if we could, that's basically what we're going for. Patricio Tor. I'm probably butchering that name. Anyways, so this shot right here is one of the scenes from Asteria. You can see right here, like we got a bunch of these people fighting, and I still have to add blood effects and all this stuff like that. And eventually, this chainsword is gonna move. I have to mask it out and like make a whole composition just to make the chains move. But I just wanted to get my current shot worked out. But this stuff it's not easy to do, especially when you're by yourself. I more or less do the editing, the VFX, directing, writing. Um, that's all the things that I do. Um, yeah, it's a monumental task for sure. Um, so we're just trying to do the best we can. Um, and right now, I wish this was rendered out. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. Don't even listen to me. I have a rendered out shot right here, ready to go. So this is the shot, or one of the shots we have. It's just, these are the comps we're working with, and all these people were filmed, and some of them were filmed individually, some of them were um, filmed together. Um, I would say a good 80% of the filming is done for episodes 1 and 2. And we did have to work around some setbacks, but like 80% is done is filmed. Rudolph's. I'm not even gonna try to you know. But thank you, Brighton Beagle. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support. Yeah, we have definitely we won't be good. I mean, I, one of these, the actress that we have here, her name is Margosha Cree. She does do acting. I met her through one of my other gigs, and I was like, man, she's just got a very hard-looking face. Like she's just got this like, I'm gonna kill you and execute you for the emperor kind of face. And again, like I said, these are test shots that I rendered out to see how they looked. So take them with a grain of salt. Like this one, it's not very good right now. I need to. Oh, that's not even the other. That's the wrong one. But yeah, it's I need to. Yeah, that's all messed up because like this frame rate over here is like really messed up or something like that, and it's a really low res. Um, yes, she does have a bolt pistol. And uh, yeah, she does have a bolt pistol. Then there were specific reasons for that, and we're hoping we can expand on that later. Um, yeah, I mean, this is part of the reason why we did what we did is because we wanted to see live action 40K, and you know, who else was going to do live action 40K? Um, and so I just took it upon myself. I got everybody together and said, hey, let's do it. Um, but yeah, then we got a couple others. This one is not so great because the background characters are not looking too great. We do not have a commissar actor, Mason. Um, I wish we did. Thank you, Blue Lion. I appreciate that so much. Um, oh, thank you, Patricio. Yeah, we're working to get these test shots better and cleaned up. We have filmed some. Ooh, that's a lot of work. You're asking a lot of work. I wish I could pronounce your name. I'm so sorry. Alexander is our Alexander. Um, I mean, we probably maybe could, but these are people. Like, keep in mind, guys. Um, I would say keep in mind that none of these people are professionals. None of these actors are professionals. These are my friends. These are my people that I've played 40K with on tabletop. These are like people that are close. Most of these people are people that are close to me. Um, these are not professional actors. We are just regular people who saw that there was no live 40K and we wanted live 40K, and so we just started doing it. And we put ourselves on this idea like, look, we're not gonna do timelines because timelines, if we put timelines, we might fail them, and if we give timelines to y'all, then y'all are disappointed. So we just like, yeah, we're not gonna do timelines. But we're just trying to get it done. I just want to get it done. My goal is to have episodes. My personal goal. This is not me saying this is when the release date is. My personal goal is to release this uh, probably before the end of the year. Hopefully October is what I want. Like that's my personal goal, not an exact release date. Um, yeah, I mean I've put out feelers. If y'all know anybody that would be willing to help with editing and rendering, I would absolutely love it. Um, Yeah, so Voin, the reason why the blur is so intense is to cover up my mistakes at the moment. As I continue to go through the comps, I've been fixing those mistakes and lessening the blur. But you're right, the background blur is a little harsh. You're not wrong. Um, so yeah, if y'all know people that are VFX artists or 3D artists or something like that that'd be willing to jump on with me and help me out, um, I would love to know because it is really depressing when you're up at 2 a.m. and you're just like rotoing the same leg for like the past hour just to get that 5 second shot to look good. Um, that's been me for like most of. Yes, Alexander, thank you so much. I'm definitely working on it. Thank you, Kirkley. I appreciate it. Thank you, Truck Warrior. Yes, I mean, passion. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, oh yeah, Angus. Definitely. We got work to do, Mason. Yeah, yeah. So the lasers specifically, I'm sure everybody knows Dawn of War. That's what I was thinking when I made the lasers. I thought Dawn of War did the las guns so great, I have my head turned here because this is where the chat is. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat, but that's where I got that idea from. Richard Boyd, honestly, I just feel like I wasn't. Yeah, I don't think Richard could do anything because he works for GW. Now, granted, so does Legio Symphonica, and he works with us. But he's in a different situation, I assume. And honestly, we don't. I mean, this channel only has. Yeah, thank you, Rudolph. It's just ugh. Rotoscoping is, just so y'all know, rotoscoping anything is the worst thing on this planet. It's not actually the worst thing. That's an exaggeration, but you get my point. It's awful. Um, but yeah, I don't think Richard could do anything. I really would love to, Patricio. I would love for a Garthman to just absolutely eat something. Um, Mason, the Dawn of War that is not Dawn of War 3. So Dawn of War 1 and 2. We don't talk about Dawn of War 3. Um, but yeah, I mean that would be great. Proud Firebrand. Uh, Baltimore definitely has that nice voice. Although I would probably get Valric, being because I just love Valric as a person. He's just a fantastic human being. Let's check out some of the. Do I have any other of my test shots here? Doesn't look like it. You know what? Let's take a look at one of my other things I've got. Let's see. We can look at these space shots I got. I'm still working on this scene. So I can tell you this, Voin. There is one VFX guy that I did get into touch with. Um, oh yes, the first Space Marine game did have that. Astral, yes, we do have a military. Um, we do have a military person that's with us, and God bless him because he most of these people are not military experienced, so he was really essential in helping us figure some stuff out. And we still want to take a day where we use him to help us. Yes, the Temple Institute lady is great too. Um, we want to take a day where we get him and just really work on choreography, military like handlings and stuff like that. Granted, this is 40,000 years in the future, so it's going to be different. But like, he's a 40K fan, so I think he did a tour in Iraq or 2 tours in Iraq or something like that. Um, are there going to be cameos from Valric or other 40K channels? That would be awesome. I don't know how I would get it done. Maybe if he could send me a picture of his face, I could superimpose it onto a guardsman. That'd be pretty funny. Maybe we could get a shot of Valric dying as a guardsman. That would be hilarious. Um, but yeah, uh, there was another question I saw. I wanted to make sure I answered. Um, yes, Patricio, Space Marines will not be featured in this film. They are out of the scope of. I just don't want to do Space Marines because I just don't think we can do it. We don't have the skills. Um, I don't have the skills to make it look good, and so I just don't want to, you know, mess that up. Um, there was a question, and I guess I missed it. Anyways, get Tom Hanks on this project ASAP. Yeah. Uh, it's funny. I actually reached out to Henry Cavill, not with the intention of him responding back to me. Just like I shot, I shoot my shot. Is that the phrase? I shoot my shot. I reached out to Henry Cavill and I was like, hey, check out this 40K project. I heard you like 40K. I messaged him on Instagram, but unsurprisingly, he has not. Oh, Astral, that's just rude. Valric dying as an Iron Warrior. Oh man, he would hate that. Um, but yeah, so this shot right here, it's still a work in progress, and there's actually a shot. Um, I don't want to answer that, Rudolph's, mainly because I don't want to give story away. Am I worried about Thomas Reed? Am I worried about GW shutting me down? Absolutely. Um, I am absolutely terrified of GW shutting us down. Um, and GW did not contact me at all. Um, but GW has not reached out to me. We're too small, I think, and we haven't created enough waves. Um, so GW has not reached out and said anything to me. But there's shots like this shot right here that we're working on. I'm in touch with. I know the Proud Firebrand. I know the composer for Vrax. I do not know the creator of Vrax personally. I haven't talked to him before. I would love to get in touch with him. Um, that'd be cool. If somebody has a connection to that, let me know. And again, just so I can, if GW shuts you down, we riot. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. If they throw me a cease and desist. Oh, I mean, absolutely Proud Firebrand. He is meant to be a commissar. And in my mind, Henry Cavill's already a commissar. He's already a commissar. Um, Honestly, I hope we stay off their radar as well because I just want to do what I'm doing. I just want to work on what I'm doing. Um, but yeah, so like we're working on shots like this. I gotta clean it up a little bit. The camera movement doesn't really jive with me too much. But I mean, it's getting there. It's looking all right. I like the way the planet came out and that little twist, the little twinkle of the lights on the guardsmen ships or the Valkyries. Um, but I've still got work to do, obviously, like as you can see. Um, well, Voin, and that's the one thing that's the other thing is like there's one of the things that I don't have. So I've got 14.5K subscribers, and so a lot of people have different opinions on what what is 40K, what works in 40K and what doesn't. I take care, Astral. Thank you for coming in. So I looked around as much as I could. I could not find consensus um, on whether or not Valkyries could deploy from a low to high orbit. And what I found was that some people uh, did say that Valkyries were space capable. Um, so in my mind, it's one of those things where I took my shot. and did it. Um, so and if we can make it work some other way, where there's a drop ship dropping in, but from what I saw, yeah, Voint, I researched as much as I could. There doesn't seem to be consensus for whether, like, they say that Valkyries, right, and keep in mind, guys, I might, if something needs to change, well, I'll change it for the lore because I definitely don't want to be going against lore. But there is so much lore, um, it's hard to say, what works and what doesn't, you know. But what I saw from consensus is that Valkyries were space flight capable and they could be used for low orbit drops, for tactical low orbit drops. Yeah, in a previous Imperial armor, there was a specific book referring to them being able to. Uh, yeah, no, I don't disagree with y'all. Voin and Mimir, if y'all can join the Discord, um, I think I sent a link earlier. We can talk about that more. Ultimately, though, what would have to happen is that I need to get somebody who can make. Yeah, Rudolph's they do. Um, what it ultimately would need to happen if I can get Devourer drop ships. Just because Patricio consider this, just because they cannot fly to space, does not mean they cannot survive reentry. That's true. That's true. Um, yeah, like I said, really what it was like I saw in some of the lore from what I read that they were space flight capable, and so that's kind of and exponent tie. That's exactly why I did it. There's just so many authors and so many conflicting lores. It's just hard to say. Oh, thank you, Voin. Sorry, I didn't even see you. My bad. Yeah, we'll talk in the thing. And if anybody else wants to join the Discord, I'm gonna post the link again, just because y'all are all so beautiful. Oh my gosh, a bunch of people joined. Hello, everybody in the Discord. Um, keep in mind, I am very bad about being active in the Discord, so thank you, Mason, for stopping by. We will probably do this again. Um, thank you, Mimir. Absolutely. And like I said, I definitely don't want this to be a thing where, because like for the 40k fandom has a bad habit of being pegged for toxic sometimes, and what I want it to be is a discussion. Because I think one of the things I loved the most was just talking about 40k and like just all the different lore aspects and stuff like that. I remember me and my cousin, we were reading through the Horse Heresy series, and so you know, we would just talk about all the different lores and like what we thought would happen and stuff like that. And does this work? Does that work? And sometimes there's conflicting reasons and stuff like that. So if I'm getting something just 100% wrong, it's unforgivable. Obviously, I need to make a change. Lore wise, as of right now, I don't have a 3D model to replace these Valkyries, and I definitely want this shot. That's the curse of being a filmmaker and being a 40k fan. But yeah, like I said, as far as the Valkyries go, I haven't really seen tons of things that tell me, uh, like I said, like I saw that the Valkyries are capable of being sealed for space and that they're capable of low entry orbits. Now, granted, there is some stuff as far as the lore of Asteria as to explain potentially why, why they're using Valkyries. There's also a reason for that. So, and I'll explain. That'll be explained later. Um, sure the Harkonian Warhawks use Valkyries and then jump with grav shoots after they've entered orbit. Truck Warrior, can you join the Discord and get me a link for the lore, please? I would love that. Um, yes, Voin, I agree. Alaric, thank you. Appreciate it. Isn't there a cutscene in Inquisitor Martyrs where he flies a Valkyrie to the other ship? I haven't played Inquisitor Martyr. It looks good, but let me know, Leander. I would love to know that. So I'm only going to be on for a couple more minutes, guys. I just wanted to talk to you about where we're at. Voin, don't call me out. You calling me out like that? Of course, I was thinking of the Starship Troopers drop scene. Of course, I was thinking of that. I literally went to watch that scene and study it just so because I just love that scene so much. I will. You know what? Y'all may crucify me now because I definitely was inspired by the Starship Troopers drop scene. I think the hobby has become much more welcoming, especially in the last 5 years. I don't think Clavo. You know what, Angus? You are right. Um, I do think it's gotten better. Absolutely. Uh, I think that the community is starting to realize that the more that people know about 40K, the more we get to share it. Um, yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Angus. You're probably right. Maybe labeling the community as toxic is not the best thing. MiG 318 is a thrust vector turbine engine, not a rocket powered engine, so it's not going to work if there's not enough air. That may be true. Like I said, I've seen conflicting things, but yeah. An Inquisitor, he definitely does fly a Valkyrie in space. Okay, so Inquisitor Martyr, they are flying in space. So yeah, the idea is that this is kind of a high to low orbit drop. The Valkyries left the ships and are going into tactical insertions in Asteria. But that's the idea, anyways. Alaric, there are no Xenos yet. Starship Troopers was a great dumb movie. That's a great way to explain it. Am I worried, Titus Augustine? Am I worried that GW will stop me from making this? Yes, absolutely. Terrified. Um, I it would suck to do all this work and then just being 10. Sorry, that would suck. Um, you should watch The Siege of New Caprica for a really awesome. Oh yeah, that's also a good one. I have seen it. it's been a long time since I've seen it, but yeah, um, yeah, the Starship Troopers. They used air cannons to make these amazing ripples on the actors' faces. That's an interesting idea. I do like that. I think this is some semblance that we're in the era of the golden. I would love if that's what we're at, but um, I would love Patricio. I'm almost certain it does. There are people saying that there's already lore that shows that Valkyries fly, um, uh, you know, um, that shows that Valkyries are able to. Sorry, give me 1 second. They're able to fly in space. There's people saying that there is canon for that. And I found people saying that there was canon. I found some examples where like they use it. Inquisitor Martyr apparently has a scene where they do that. Um, but yeah, let's take a few more questions. Would you like to have a Kaskrin? Am I saying that right? Karskin? I can never remember how it's pronounced. They're awesome. Yeah, I would love to. Uh, I've seen a Traitor of Mars of the Starship Troopers movies. Yeah. Is there any other questions they all have for me? I definitely think I will do a couple more live streams just to talk about like what we're doing with my editing. It might get really boring some of my live streams because if I'm doing editing, it's just uh, you know, it might get boring, but I guess I'm just gonna do it. There's enough people that are asking me for it. Asteria does. Hey, first of all, Asteria is a traitor planet. First of all, Cadia stands Overlord Inquisitor. I'm just kidding. Thank you, thank you for the support. Uh, don't say when you're going to drop the video. Just drop it and wait for people to spread it around before you do. I like where your head's at, Exponent Tie. That's probably what I'm gonna do. Casser. Okay, thank you. Kasserkin. Kasserkin. Okay. If you were on the case of taking inspiration, ever considered taking inspiration from the Terminator Salvation in some aspects? I'll need to watch Terminator Salvation again, but definitely I'll take a look at it. I'm definitely all up for like taking inspiration from other things because I mean that's just what people do. What are the sound effects for Las Gunfire? Is it meaty like in Absolutely Nothings or is it the standard pew pew sounds? So Proud Firebrand, that's perfectly fine to ask. The guy who's designed the las guns is the same guy who's probably designed them in Absolutely Nothings because it's the same composer, sound editor. So I would assume whatever sound he has for it is what we'll be using. I'm not like that. Like I know how to do sound, but I don't like know how to do sound. um, you're comparing orc logic to the will of the machine. I mean, Voyn's not wrong. We're talking about a race of beings that believe no one the purple is a sneaky killer because no one's seen a purple orc. Um, the episodes are going to be Rudolph's. The episodes are going to be basically like the Asteria series, short, sweet. So yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do. We're just gonna keep it short and sweet. Total, it'll probably worth 10 minutes worth of video, at max, maybe less. It's just a lot, you know. Um, and will this be episodic or one video? I Sorry, there's a delay, so I'm reading the questions as they come. Expedite, it's going to be episodic. My goal was 3 episodes. We'll see what happens. Um, so I'm going to do 5 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to have to head out. I'm definitely going to do live streams more often. I don't, if there's a daily schedule, in the Discord, make sure you join the Discord. I'll put the Discord link in the description. Man, that Devour Dropstick is sick, actually. That is sick. Yeah, I see y'all talking. I love it. I love this discussion already. Oh my gosh, y'all are great. Um, I'm so glad y'all have all joined the Discord. Um, let me see. Stupid idea. Asterian PDF versus Guard Bat Rep. That would be sick. Hilariously sick. Oh, thank you, Mimir. I appreciate it. I saw those. I mean, yeah, those are really awesome. Um, but like I said, do you ever plan just for like a discount Hulk smat a tech priest just going ham on a squad of bad guys with servo arms and mechadendrites and a bloody brutality? I would love to do that. There are so many. Voin, you don't even know. There are so many things I just want to do. Like, obviously, like I want to do everything I can. Um, there's things I want to say, but I don't want to say them because I don't want to give too much away. So I'm not going to say it, but Voin, uh, yeah, yeah. Thank you, Angus. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, and I know people talked about, will the Mechanicus be involved? Rudolph's, I wish. I play Mechanicus. I wish I could involve them. Just the costuming wise, it's just not feasible. I couldn't afford it, first of all. I can't afford it. And I know there were some people talking about, is there a way they can support financially without supporting? Again, like I said earlier in the stream, I will be making a Patreon for Havran.Digital. That will be supporting, and I'm saying this right now, if you're supporting Havran.Digital, you are supporting me making other films. Nothing to do with Asteria. Nothing to do with Asteria. You are supporting me making other films. But yeah. And then what I do with that money, if I bought a jacket for Asteria, then I guess that's what I do. What if the story was based around the outcome of battle reports? That would be sick. That would be sick. If there is a scene of an Inquisitor in this, it better be Keanu Reeves. That one picture. I mean, yeah. You guys, I want to say things, but I just not going to because I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to give away everything in the first live stream. If I'm going to be doing this and taking super chats, I don't want to give all of my secrets away. We'll be talking more about this. There's a scene I'm going to in the next In the next live stream, I'm going to show a scene that I've been working on that is not where it needs to be. Um, like there's things about it mechanically that move great. It just does not. Yeah, we're supporting me as an individual. Um, it's just mechanically not where I want it to be, but I love where I'm headed for the scene. So we'll do that in the next live stream. So yeah. Anyways, thank you all for jumping in. Make sure you guard beer. Yeah. So, oh, sorry guys, that's my wife calling me. So, anyways, yes, buddy, thank you, buddy. Sorry, my son's over here. I will answer her in a second. Thank you so much, Ronan. Um, so, anyways, thank you so much for being here. Make sure if you haven't already, do me a favor. There's like 64 people watching, I think. I don't know how many actually people are watching. If you could just share the trailer, um, share the live stream, like, share, subscribe, those kinds of things. Like I said, I'm not great at the whole YouTuber thing. Um, all right, then keep your secrets. So just yeah, if you could just help me out, get the word around. We're still working, we're still moving. Until something drastically changes, we are still working, still moving. As you can see, I've got all these shots. Thank y'all so much. Join the Discord for discussion. I'll try to answer as best I can. Maybe we'll get in there for a couple of talking uh, sessions. Maybe I jump in the Discord and we just have a chat. Um, I'm very much a guy that is just like super laid back. I am not. There's going to be no Space Marines Proud Firebrand. And Cadia does, in fact, stand. Cadia does stand. You're absolutely right. But yeah, thank you guys so much for supporting Asteria. And make sure. Oh, if I Patricio, that's not a terrible idea. I could just go play some Dawn of War, and just take questions. Yeah, because I love Dawn of War, especially Ultimate Apocalypse mod. That's like the greatest mod ever. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for supporting. Make sure you support Legio Symphonica. Make sure you support Bulldog Props, and make sure you support all the other. I mean, I'll say it, but I'm not gonna put. I mean, I did put it in the chat, didn't I? Ah, well. What can you do, Rudolph? I can't please everybody. Um, just make sure you subscribe to the 40K creators that exist and are still going, because ultimately it's so important that we support those people,